Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
The following podcast is a Vasilis Skarlias production.
Hello everyone, I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Vasilis.
We run Changemaker Z, a student-run initiative that aims to empower, educate, and connect Gen Zers interested in entrepreneurship.
We interview teenagers with impactful projects and create resources to help you change the world. If they can do it, so can you.
On this podcast, we discuss the logistics of creating different types of projects with Gen Zers who have already done it. We will leave our social media and website information in the description.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Gen Zers Rise podcast. Recently we have discovered the European Virtual Business Contest and we were amazed by an idea that has already been in action. Today we are talking with the founder of MyPine Maria Tsiaousi and the production manager Andreas Omirou about their virtual company that produces cleaning products based on pines. Yep, that's right, cleaning products produced by pines. Well, I'm sure that you have seen these 5-minute scraps that says that you can use lemon or vinegar as an ecological cleaning product. Those are not efficient for all types of surfaces since they cannot destroy the materials as long as they are acids. But for now, let's put the chemistry aside and let's talk about entrepreneurship. Maria and Andreas, welcome to the show. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. So, tell us, how did you get started with MyPine?
Well, MyPine was created by students of the Experimental Senior High School of Macedonia as part of the Junior Achievement Company program. And every summer we witness our country being on fire, and because of climate change, extreme heat waves cause mega fires which spread very quickly and are extremely hard to extinguish. Influenced by the recent fires in Navy and Athens, we decided to address the problem. So basically, the dry pine needles are very flammable and help the fire spread very quickly. So we decided to rid the forests of a great enemy. We also noticed that the dry pine needles prevent vegetation because they create a very acidic environment, and we took advantage of this property to create 100% ecological, pure and natural products for disinfection and cleaning of surfaces, which are fully biodegradable, non-toxic, without chlorine, phosphorus or ammonia.
We produce two types of products, a 500 mg disinfectant and a 1000 mg surface disinfectant. Our products clean and disinfect without soiling our planet. Specifically, they are natural, less processed, without chemicals, with active natural ingredients, sustainable because they reduce waste of resources, beneficial because they protect the health and the environment, simple because they replace a variety of specialized products, and they are ideal for children's rooms, for schools, and for people suffering from chronic allergies. They do not contain any dyes, perfumes, and they are cruelty free.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So your products, they're cleaner, they're more environmentally safe. I didn't know you could do all this with pine cones, y'all. So yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. So you were saying, you want to help, because pine cones are very flammable, so were you was the first thought, let's try to clean up the forest, and then you discovered that pine cones had these amazing cleaning properties, or were you trying to develop a cleaning product?
No, the main idea was to prevent forest fires, and then we found out their property, so we took advantage of it.
And so you guys, that's amazing. You guys entered this into a contest. And can you explain a little bit more about it? kind of how you participated?
Yes. Through the program of Junior Achievement, students produce innovative products or services that meet specific social needs and are environmentally friendly. The aim of the program is to cultivate and strengthen the abilities, skills and attitudes of students so that they realize their social responsibility as future professionals with respect for the common good and the environment. Consequently, skills such as responsibility, planning skills, organization, collaboration, time management, decision-making, problem-solving are cultivated throughout the whole process.
Yeah, I know we talked about why you chose pine cones, but like, can you just explain a little bit how? Like, we're starting with a pine cone and then we're turning it into a cleaning product. Like, how is that possible? There has to be some science to that.
Yes. Well, after the collection of the pine needles, for which a permit of the forest office required, of course, and we should not exceed the 70% of the surface layer. This is actually possible by fractional distillation of the pine needles in a laboratory. By that way, we extract from the pine needles a mixture of oil and extracts, which is our secret formula, which we use to create our products.
Remember, guys, they're in high school talking about fractional distribution. What? Go on, sorry.
Let me add that the experimental tests in the Department of Forestry, Wood Sciences and Design of the University of Thessaly, which supports us in our effort. And through those experimental tests, we found out that this material is actually very effective with its low pH at destroying 100% of bacteria. So we are basically avoiding the negative effects of chlorine. This mixture is the raw material for our products, which we create with our own secret formula. And for our disinfection and cleaning products, we add pure cream soap. And finally, the products are packaged in recycled plastic bottles, which are biodegradable and environmentally friendly.
I am imagining that this process may take time and resources. If we imagine your formula on a bigger scale, do you think that it can be applied in a mass production line? And why?
Well, of course, our business is sustainable, but for commercial exploitation, different equipment from the one we use as a student business is needed. And mass production in-house requires investment in equipment, and these distilleries are needed. And because the cost of the investment is considered high for the data of our country, we suggest outsourcing distillation in distilleries of essential oils with a distillation cost of 150 to 180 euros per ton. And there are a number of reasons why our business is viable. We studied the environment in the market to which MyPine is addressed and found that our company is entering a dynamically growing industry with great consumer interest. First of all, because the pandemic changed the world consumption map, the priority of all of us now is disinfection and cleanliness. And we noticed that 67% of Greeks said that they clean their house much more often than in the past. And there is also a turn to natural products and the consumer's desire to contribute with their consumer behavior to the protection of the environment. And there are also European Union regulations for safer cleaners. And in addition, it is really necessary to clear the forests of pine needles, mainly to prevent fires, but also to ensure the succession of ecosystems. And after all, the forest authorities pay the forest cooperatives every year for the clearing of the forests. So basically, there is a sustainable raw material of zero cost available for that business in our country. And we also noticed that countries such as the USA with huge forest areas already commercially exploit the dry pine needles for ground cover. So we are essentially adding value to a forest resource. And after the distillation, we can sell the pine needles after natural drying for ground cover.
So it's so interesting that there are so many different applications, and at the same time, I'm so happy to listen that the regulations are helping, the startup of this type of companies, and also abroad. Not exactly for Greece, but they also have funding, capital funding, that doesn't have any regulations about how you will prevent any extra taxes on these things in order to apply all the equipment that Maria mentioned earlier in order to create a mass produce of these cleaning products.
So we had already talked about, we found out it's kind of a big process to kind of turn these pine needles into the product. How many team members are a part of MyPine, and how do you keep it organized?
The participants are 17 in total, and they come from all classes of the senior high school under the guidance of our teachers. And we are organized in the model of a real business and staffed the 7 departments of MyPine based on our inclinations, our educational and professional goals. So there is the CEO, which is me, the vice manager, the production department, the finance, the marketing, the sales department, the public relations, and the IT department.
We apply a team-oriented operate model as considered human resources as a strong point of our business. Besides, our executive particularly active participate in programs and competitions with important national and international distinctions. We work live in the 2-hour weekly meetings of the group, but mainly we work through teleconferences. We use the advantages of the internet for our consistent communication.
So you are all high school graduates. This means that you need a lot of time to study for your final exams while you are running this virtual business. How do you keep balance between school, extracurricular activities, MyPine, and so on?
It's true that our obligations as senior high school students are increased. We need indeed many hours every day to prepare for our school extracurricular activities. However, because we love what we do, and even on the most difficult days when we seem to have no time at all, we try to make time to deal with our business. It's because of our commitment to our goal, our inner motivation, our will and positive spirit that we made it work. We feel that in this way our creativity is released by doing something useful for both our society and the environment.
And that's so important. Like, the fact that you actually love what you do is like one of the most important factors, I think, because you could do something for a college application, but how long is that really going to last? What do you think is the most important thing, or just something you've learned via the process of creating a virtual company?
Well, I believe the most important thing we have learned, and we continue to learn through this process, is that with responsibility, hard work, and cooperation, we can achieve everything. Well, the truth is that in the beginning, what we want to do seems difficult, since we were faced with difficulties and problems that normal businesses have to deal with. Realizing nevertheless through this process that only with determination, a lot of effort and good communication among us, we could do it. What we have been doing now seems not only simple and feasible, but also very enjoyable for all of us.
I can imagine, because you started from the ground up, being able just to come up with a concept and just seeing the physical product, and you won awards. You were featured on CNN Greece for it. That's amazing. You have to feel so accomplished about that.
And we were faced with many challenges throughout this whole process.
When did COVID? When did you start this? Did COVID have any effect on it?
Well, this year not, because we started it on September, so the schools were open and we had time to prepare. But last year we had this problem, so we worked only through teleconferences.
For now, which are your plans for the future for MyPine?
We aim to become a real sustainable business, since we are already in the process of safeguarding the idea, and we believe that we can find investment funds for our products that fit the investment profile of many investors who adopt the ESG investment philosophy. ESG means environment, social, governance, and we wish to contribute to sustainable development. So we will raise funds from investment funds, looking for venture capitals, crowdfunding and business angels. We initially target the sensitized consumers who choose eco-friendly products, and we have as first priority the disinfection and cleanliness of the schools of our country, but starting from the schools of the municipality of Neapolis, where the school belongs.
Amazing. I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. And all right, guys, we have come to an end of another great episode. Today we met with Maria and Andreas, who talked about how MyPine has taken pine needles and turned them into a sustainable, environmentally friendly cleaning product. And as Andreas mentioned, with a little hard work, passion, determination, you can create something amazing. So again, we're so excited to see where you guys go in the future. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to be amazing. So until then, keep changing the world, guys. Bye.